Title: The Journey of Wisdom and Leadership. Chapter 1: Beginning a New Perspective. Peter Thiel is known for being a visionary entrepreneur and a shrewd investor. His approach to wisdom and leadership is built on asking hard questions, looking at the future, and acting with conviction. When he began PayPal, he taught his team to think beyond the status quo and to find hidden opportunities. Imagine a group of engineers who could not see beyond the limitations of existing payment systems. Thiel challenged them to create a digital wallet that could handle the speed of the internet. This story shows that true wisdom often asks why and does not settle for why not. The essence of Thiel's leadership is to create a clear vision before asking for support. When he wrote about entrepreneurship in his essay, he emphasized that a great leader first builds a community based on shared beliefs. A modern example is a leader who starts a small tech startup and first gathers a team with complementary skills, then sets a bold goal of disrupting an entire industry. The result is a united effort fueled by purpose rather than routine. Motivational insight. Wisdom is not knowledge alone. It is the ability to recognize the next big thing and to lead others toward it. A practical lesson is to schedule weekly, future thinking sessions with your team, where each person proposes one radical idea that could change your market. The leader then evaluates each idea for feasibility, impact, and alignment with a long-term vision. Concrete example: if you are a manager, ask your employees to write a one-page plan for a new product feature that would completely change user experience. Choose the best proposal, allocate resources, and lead the team to prototype it within 2 months. The process will reveal hidden talents and create momentum. Conclusion: key takeaways. Learn to ask probing questions, set a bold vision early, and create a culture that rewards contrarian thinking. These are the building blocks of wisdom and leadership and can be practiced in any setting. Like, share, and subscribe or follow for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. What is one question you can ask yourself today to uncover a hidden opportunity for your team? Chapter 2: Principles of Sage Leadership. Peter Thiel articulates several core principles that guide his wisdom and leadership style. The first is to seek truth through relentless inquiry. A story from his early days at PayPal shows that he insisted on data-driven decisions, even when markets were uncertain. He famously said that the most valuable investors are those who can sift through noise and find the signals that matter. The second principle is to build a foundation of unique advantage. Thiel's book on startups highlights the importance of creating a monopoly by designing products that no one else can offer. This means identifying a niche that others overlook and developing a solution that is practically unobtainable by competitors. The third principle is to embrace the power of deliberate risk. Thiel once explained that most successful ventures ignore the default risk of stagnation. He encouraged his team at PayPal to test their payment system with aggressive security protocols, knowing that failure would be costly, but also knowing that staying safe could mean missing the opportunity to scale. Motivational insight. Wisdom emerges when leaders are comfortable with uncertainty and view risk not as a threat, but as a catalyst for growth. Leaders should cultivate a mindset that sees setbacks as learning opportunities. This practice transforms the corporate culture from risk-averse to risk-savvy. Concrete examples. 1. Create a failure log in your organization where every project's obstacles are recorded and reviewed. This forces teams to confront reality and adjust strategies. 2. When proposing a new initiative, outline the worst-case scenario and then devise a backup plan. Sharing these details with your stakeholders shows transparency and builds trust. 3. Identify a skill or technology that is scarce in your industry and focus your training budget on mastering it. Being the first mover gives you a defensible advantage. Conclusion: key takeaways. Focus on truth, aim for unique advantage, and manage risk deliberately. These steps turn ordinary leadership into wisdom-infused direction. Like, share, and subscribe or follow for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. Which of these 3 principles do you see the most potential to strengthen in your current leadership style? Chapter 3: Living the Philosophy. Peter Thiel's wisdom and leadership were not confined to textbooks. They guided his life choices. After PayPal, he invested in venture capital founding a firm that prioritized long-term thinking over short-term returns. He chose partners who shared his belief that solving critical problems could create lasting wealth. This is a case study in aligning personal values with business strategy. Another story comes from his role in a space company. He demonstrated that visionary goals require a willingness to break industry norms. By convincing stakeholders to fund a reusable rocket, he not only transformed space travel, but also reinforced the rule that bold ideas need bold funding. Motivational insight. Wisdom is practiced. Leaders must embody their principles in everyday decisions, from hiring to product development to philanthropy. Living the philosophy invites others to follow suit and amplifies collective impact. Concrete applications. Hire for culture fit before technical fit. Ensure candidates share your vision for long-term impact. Set measurable milestones that align with your ultimate goal. Review progress monthly and celebrate the steps that bring you closer. Consider a small social impact project that mirrors your company's mission. For instance, a tech startup could sponsor coding boot camps for underrepresented groups, reinforcing the company's values while expanding its talent pool. Conclusion. Key takeaways. Align your actions with your principles, choose partners who share your long-term vision, and let your personal story inspire others. Like, share, and subscribe or follow for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. Which part of your personal or professional life can you align more closely with the principles you believe in? Chapter 4. Applying wisdom today. Today's leaders operate in an environment of rapid change, digital disruption, and heightened social expectations. Peter Thiel's wisdom offers a roadmap for navigating this complexity. First, cultivate continuous learning. The tech industry moves fast. Leaders who keep their knowledge current maintain relevance. Second, practice intentional networking. Building relationships with people who challenge your assumptions expands your horizon. Third, embed metrics that measure both performance and purpose. Motivational insight. Wisdom means making decisions with a holistic view, balancing profit, people, and planet. Leaders who adopt this balanced approach create sustainable growth and long-term success. Concrete scenarios for modern life. 1. Implement a monthly learning hour where each employee reads a book or industry report and shares key insights. This creates a culture of shared learning and stimulates fresh ideas. 2. Create a mentorship program that pairs frontline employees with senior leaders. Cross-generational dialogue encourages diverse perspectives. 3. Adopt a sustainability metric in product development. For example, track the carbon footprint of each new product and set a reduction target. 4. Launch a community outreach initiative that ties your product's value proposition to a local need. This strengthens brand loyalty and amplifies social impact. Conclusion. Key takeaways. Stay curious, build supportive networks, and balance metrics to guide decisions. Embracing these practices turns everyday leadership into a catalyst for change. Like, share, and subscribe or follow for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. What action can you take this week that balances short-term gains with long-term values? Chapter 5. The Path Forward. The essence of Peter Thiel's wisdom on leadership can be distilled into 5 core principles that anyone can apply. 1. Question relentlessly, seeking hidden truths. 2. Build unique advantages that set you apart. 3. Manage risk deliberately, turning fear into opportunity. 4. Live the principles in every decision, aligning values with actions. 5. Measure holistically, balancing profit, people, and purpose. Implementing these principles requires intentional reflection and practice. Start with a personal audit of where your current leadership style aligns or misaligns with these ideas. Then set a realistic goal. Maybe write a personal mission statement that reflects your long-term vision, or schedule a quarterly review of risk tolerance. Motivational insight. True wisdom grows when leaders are willing to evolve, learn from failure, and act with compassion. It is a journey that starts with a single thoughtful question. Conclusion. Key takeaways. Ask the hard questions, create a unique value, approach risk as growth, live your principles, and measure all dimensions of success. Embody these and you will transform not only your organization, but also your own life. Like, share, and subscribe or follow for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question: what is one action you will commit to today that moves you closer to living these 5 principles?